Hi everybody, welcome to Cedar Life Forge. This is your benevolent entertainer, the Badmouth Blacksmith, Robbie Sign. Please enjoy the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, as already said, welcome to Cedar Life Forge. So, it's been a while. I haven't made a video in a long time. Just been busy. I got out to the forge, got work done. I'm going to show you the work we got done. But I got busy and I've just been not able to get out here a lot. In the last 2 weeks, I think, is when I uploaded my last video, or made my last video. But I did get out once or twice in this last 2 weeks for a long period of time. I got out on Saturdays. Saturdays have been kind of my forge days recently. Between my nephew being born, my wife being sick, and life going on. How do you like that, ladies and gentlemen? Tonto's handle. It's kind of a simple, rounder handle on a nice, just kind of a. I really like the balance of this blade. This blade just moves. So yeah, we have the Tonto finished with a handle. I'm gonna get some Scotch-Brite belts. I really like that idea of that satin finish. That's really what I want. I don't really like a super shiny finish. I like a shiny satin finish. I don't like a mirror finish. So I'm going to get some Scotch-Brite belts and clean these up. Here's the recurve chopper handle. It's a little bit of a pain. This knife I don't think I'm going to sell. It's not because I like it so much, even though I do love this blade. To the point that I was already thinking about keeping it before I saw this. Back when I first forged it. But this blade has a twist in it. I didn't really notice it until I got the handle on and started looking at it like really close and noticing. Doesn't mean it's not functional. It's still super functional, super well working blade. It's just now it doesn't contend at its highest standard. If it was completely straight and not twisted, and I might try to untwist it at some point, but as of now, I need to get moving on with other projects. So this blade is not going to sell unless I get this twist out in some time. So as of now, this is mine. Which is fine because I love this thing. I love how it moves. I love how it chops. I mean, it's perfect. I love this blade. And you think that, well, damn, why don't you show us all this? But I'm sorry. Here's the kukri. I love this kukri, and I'm selling it. It's up on my Etsy store for, I believe, $100. The handle is probably the most contoured, well-fitting handle I've ever had. There's one issue with this handle, and if you have a little bit smaller hand or a little bit, I shouldn't say smaller hand, if you have a, I don't even know. I don't know if you would want thicker fingers or thinner fingers. If you had a little bit thinner fingers, I think it would fit your hand absolutely perfectly. With me, it fits my hand extremely well for work and everything. With that contour in it, my middle finger is locked right in there. Especially because what I can do is I can hold it down here for a really good chopping motion. Then I can come up here, and then my right ring finger, whatever they call that finger, can come up here and I can do closer chopping, if you're fighting somebody, which you shouldn't be fighting anybody with a blade unless you're in the military and buying this blade. If you're slicing, pulling draw cuts, that idea of historical combat there. Or if you're whittling, you're going to want more control right in this edge when you're whittling. But I gotta say, the one issue, like I said though, is that handle curvature is just a little too curved. It's just a little too curved. So what happens is my pinky rides into my ring finger a little bit and gets smushed. And I'm finding that really, actually, the more I hold this knife, the less it happens to me, the less I do it. But I still just, it's still, there's like, the 95% of it is comfortable, but there's 5% of it that could have just been a little bit better to make it just right. And that's not there on this blade either. And, that's fine. I mean, look, that's part of being a growing smith. Otherwise, I love this blade. I absolutely love this blade. You can see I love chopping with it. I love chopping with it. I love coming down here with it, fitting my middle finger right in there. I'm just like, oh yeah, that feels really good to chop with. It really draws it forward, but it's light. It has a nice recovery. It's not an overswing, ever. It's always a nice recovery. And that's part of this blade, was I didn't want a super thick kukri. You see people make kukris like twice as thick as that, quarter-inch thick or more. And I like a thinner chopper. It makes for a lighter blade, but this blade is just perfectly wide enough to be a good chopper. And I love the size, actually. A lot of people make kukris about 12 inches. This one, if I remember correctly, it's about 9 inches on the blade. about 5 for the handle. But that blade, 8 or 9 for the blade, it's just nice. It might be 10, but I don't think so. I think I put it in as 9.5, and I believe that's right around what it is. I gotta get a ruler at some point, but I really like it. So that's what Cedar Life Forge has been doing off the camera, is finishing the blades. He started with you on the camera, and I'm sorry about that. But that's life, guys, sometimes. But I want to tell you something. We're going to be working on a project today that I started with you all a long, long time ago. And you might have never thought that I was going to finish this thing. I don't know. That's your prerogative, not mine. The hammer. I did a little bit of work on it just to finish drifting that. That is drifted. That eye is drifted very well now, and it's really the perfect size for this hammer. And then I also moved these up a little bit, just got a little bit more cheeks on it than it had originally. So yeah, today we're gonna try to work on finishing this, and if we do finish it, we're gonna start a knife. So we gotta get to work. So I'm gonna outline this for you, and then I'm gonna play music while I do work. So first we're gonna finish cutting this off with the angle grinder to get a flat face on this side. This side, I'm going to take my other angle grinder with a 50 grit sanding disc, and I'm going to get it flat. Then what I'm going to do, this side is going to be my flat side. I'm going to kind of, with the 50 grit thing, I'm going to angle all the edges at a very steep angle, so it's not going to bite too much into the face. The angle is going to be very shallow in the face. On this side, I'm going to bite the angle in a little bit deeper to try to make it much more domed and round across the whole face of the hammer. That's how a traditional rounding hammer is. And then, yeah, so we're going to go from there. So let's get you over here. Like Alright, so I skipped all the boring grinding, but we got a nice flat face right here. looks pretty good. I mean, look, this hammer's a little off center, a little off even of itself, but actually I would say it's pretty balanced. I've seen hammers where the flat side or the round side is a little bit shorter than the flat side, or vice versa. So the flat side on this one's going to be a little bit shorter than the rounded side, which means it probably will be a little unbalanced. It'll probably just a little unbalanced. That's fine. Look, this is my first hammer. I was not looking to make it perfect. I was looking to make a good hammer that worked well, and I think that's what we're going to get. So now we have the faces ground. That's really all I really want to do. I actually want to take a file and grab my file. I'm going to take my half round, go in here, and just champ all the edges. That doesn't look like it's going to be easily done. So, maybe not. Keep doing this without my mask on. That actually worked. It was champed the inside edges. I don't know what that's from. But now we gotta heat treat it. And now I gotta look up how to heat treat 4140 again, because it's been so long since I remember looking it up that I don't remember what it is. So let's get our handy dandy Google machine. And find out how to pressure treat this steel. Let's just have a Diet Coke. Okay. Alright, so we'll just temper it in the oven, like I thought we would. Sounds bueno. Alright, let's just see. Alright, so now we gotta heat treat this son of a gun. You're gonna see me do what I love to do. When I say heat treat, it is one of my favorite things to do, guys. Need to get like a little screen to go there when it's not when it's bright outside. Normalized. Therefore, we put that leaf spring on there. We're going to heat up the hammer and put it on the leaf spring. Just got to heat up first, so I'll be back. Alright, we're coming out for a normalizing cycle. I'm only going to do this once or twice today. Alright, so we have one side orange. I just pulled it out a little bit, the rest of it orange. We're going to be going into quite soon, so fingers crossed. So here's what could go wrong. This thing's so big that we're quenching it all at once, we're cracking. Suck. Excuse me. It should get hard in the oil, I hope. 4140 I read. Oil quench it. Put it in the temper oven for 45 for a little bit on like 400 to 450, and I'll get my hammer hardness that I want. So let's open. Mark the site. I want to cool this thing down. This would interrupt the quench. Push it pretty hard in the oil. Don't crack, don't crack, don't crack, don't crack, don't crack. Damn good, boys and girls. Alright, I'll be right back, and we'll regroup. I mean, it's still hot as freaking hell. It's still hot. Let's see what it did. I mean, I'm not expecting it not to bite in. I will say that. I should have said that first. I'm not expecting it not to bite in. Wow, it's not biting in as much on that side. Oh, I think that's fine. You know why? Pretty sure it's still got fairly hard. So look, what it is like I said, I'm not going to have a perfect hammer. I'm pretty sure that face got a little bit harder than it feels in the file, and I know that this is 4140, so a file test is not precisely a good test for testing hardness on 4140. 4140 is usually not going to harden up to where files harden. Those files are probably 58 to 60 HRC. The one face that gave the files a little better still bit in quite a bit. This probably got up to about 55 to 57 HRC. So what we're going to do is we're going to temper it at about 400. Well, first we're going to do it for an hour. So, let me get my handy dandy Google device. So it's 10:56, so at 12 o'clock, we'll take a look at it. So while that's tempering, we're going to start working on another project, boys and girls. Another fun project. So let me get everything working, set up.
Hey everybody. So I didn't have any battery for when the camera was forged, so here's some pictures of it finished that I'm going to show you right now. And then I'm going to talk about something else. So Peapoddy1, a channel on YouTube run by a gentleman named Laws. He's on one of my Facebook groups, and now I've started following him. And what's funny is my friend Martin over at M&S Blades told me about the 6-hour knife challenge that he's doing, basically emulating Forged in Fire. And I've actually decided that, you know what, I'm going to do it. So soon enough, I'll be filming a video of me making a knife as fast as I can. Hopefully in 6 hours I'll finish. Forging, grinding, sharpening, handles, everything. And there's a few other guys competing in this competition, so I'm going to put their links down below so you can go check them out. Martin is one of the guys who's competing in it. Race and Jason at HOJ Forge, Tim at Big Dog Forge. There's a few others that right now off the top of my head I can't remember, and I'm sorry. Those are the guys I really remember that are doing it right now. I'm actually just about to go start filming this process, so stay tuned for that. That video will be out soon once the knife is done and all finished. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will enjoy the next video, which is a 6-hour knife challenge. Bye.